Hello, hello, this is Sinapse, and it has been a while. And I can make all the excuses in the world, but honestly, I think I've just been lazy. Well, that and combination with a few other things. Um, so right now it is 1 a.m. on Christmas Day. Just kind of been staying up, playing. Not really doing anything that productive, except for sucking away all my resources. As you can see, I have no copper, I have no refined iron. Pretty much out of tin. Iron's running low. Got no aluminum. Well, I have 13 here. Basically all my things are being sucked dry. And the reason is because I'm finally making my last piece of quantum, but not just quantum. I went ahead and made all the stuff to get the gravity chest. And man, does this thing suck out resources from you. So let's just go through what was needed to make this. So we have an ultimate lab pack, which takes 6 lapotron crystals, some superconductors, I'll get to those later, lab pack, and iridium plate. Lab pack takes 6 box lapis, advanced circuit, and a bat pack, which takes all these RE batteries and tin. And these are also using tin. Let's go back to this. These superconductors, kind of a bitch to make. You need 6 superconductors per thing, or superconductor covers. And superconductor covers are 4 advanced alloys and 2 iridium plates, plus 3 carbon plates. So that was a massive suck of resources, just the advanced alloys. Then I needed HV transformers, which took MV transformers, which are just machine blocks in gold. But I have plenty of gold, but the refined iron took a toll. Plus electronic circuits, insulated cable, which is more refined iron, and more energy crystals. And then the most annoying thing, seriously, the largest energy sucker, or not energy sucker, resource sucker I've ever made in this game so far. I mean, I'm sure there'll probably be more things, but these gravitation engines take so much just raw resources and so long to make. Like, even just collecting all the resources wouldn't be that terrible if I didn't have to put it in the stupid crafting table 20 million times, because everything that is in these, especially these cooling cores, none of them stack. So first we'll just start off with the easy stuff. As you can see, there's more superconductors, so you need more of those, 2 for this one, but then you need 2 of these gravitation engines, which means 4. Then we have Tesla coils, which are redstone, more MV transformers, electronic circuit, and refined iron. So that's basically just more refined iron, redstone, and copper, of course, and rubber for the electronic circuits. We'll go back into these. More HV transformers, which is another MV transformer, and all the energy crystals, and so on and so forth. But these cooling cores, most annoying things I've ever had to make. So you can just see, it looks pretty complex already. Iridium plate. Not that hard. Easy to do. Got it. Heat capacity reactor plating. Okay. What is this made out of? 2 dense copper plates, which is 8 compressed copper each, plus reactor plating. What is reactor plating? Dense copper plate, plus more advanced alloy. So that's another advanced alloy sucker. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so we need to make 2 of those per thing, and there's 2 cores, and then there's 2 gravitrons, which means we need 4, which is a buttload of copper, because each one of these things takes 8. So there's 3 per these, and then you need 2 per cooling core, and then there's 2 cores per gravitation engine, and then 2 gravitation engines per gravity chest. So do the math there. It's a lot of copper. But that's not all. Don't worry. That's not the only thing that requires copper. We have to get these advanced heat exchangers, which take glass fiber cable, which takes diamonds, electronic circuit, more refined iron, rubber, and copper, heat exchanger, dense copper plate, some more copper, and then what are these heat exchangers made out of? Oh, I wonder. Let's see. Dense copper plate, tin, and electronic circuits. So just basically more raw resources. Actually, let's just go back in through here. So we get those advanced heat exchangers, but the most annoying thing probably to make is 60k coolant cells, because they don't stack. For the stupidest, I don't get why they don't stack, but every single component in them doesn't stack, so you have to fill up like your entire chest with just enough stuff just to make these 4, and then of course you need 16 of them because there's 2 cores, and yes, I've already done this whole thing. But you can see, to make a 60 core, you need 230, or to make a 60K, you need 230Ks, dense copper plate, and tin. And what do you need to make the 30K? Well, you need 3 10K, of course, and more tin. And what do you need to make 10K? Well, it's a water cell plus tin. How do you get a water cell? Well, you get an empty cell, which is tin. So basically, it's just tin, 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 copper, 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 tin, 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 copper, copper, copper. And that's all the things that make this stupid, blasted gravity chest plate. But I can finally get it. And I can't really charge it with anything here. So let's go to this, which is also new. So I'll explain what I did here. I went in with Mistcraft, generated a whole bunch of worlds, got all these bunch of symbols, and this is a always day, no weather, flatland, crystals, glowstone crystals, but I've harvested all the ones near it. We have mountain ridge, we have extreme hills, and then we have lush redwoods, which is a terrible choice because lush redwoods apparently make it always rain, but since there's no weather, it just doesn't like that. And then the overworld's always raining now, or it seems like it is. But this is my matter fabricator. As you can see, I actually do have 8 of these hybrid solar panels, so I could make the ultimate hybrid. I'll do that eventually. I've just been too lazy to get around to it now. But you can see my matter fabricator is running well. The limiting factor right now is scrap, actually. This used to be all full, and now it's not, obviously. I came back this morning and I had like 14 stacks of UU matter, and now it's all gone. I've spent most of it making tin and copper for my stupid gravity chest plate, because you can make just copper dust and tin dust with it. So that's what I did, because if I had to go out and mine it, it would take me like 4 days just to get enough materials and then actually make the stupid thing, which took an hour and a half by itself, even after I had the materials. I moved these advanced solar panels to these recyclers so that they can have 3 overclockers instead of just the one, like the middle 3, so the N2 have 3. But they're not really being used because, I mean, there's not enough cobble coming in. I need more igneous extruders because there's just not enough cobble entering the system. I don't really have any cobble I can dump into it. I actually do have 1 barrel left. But I'm not really going to make all those runs back and forth. I really would just rather make another igneous extruder, like right here or something, and have it pump out this way as well. But it's pretty much the same setup from the Pirate Cove thing. Sorting, looping, everything. But yeah, it runs pretty quickly. Let's see here. I think it takes about like 2.5 seconds per 3%, so it actually goes more than 1% per second, which is nice, which means it takes under 100 seconds, so about 1.5 minutes per UU matter, which is not too terrible. It allows me to get lots of UU matter to just make stuff. Still haven't upgraded that to an MFSU, which I really should, because MFEs cannot charge any of the quantum stuff. Oh, yes, I have all the quantum stuff now. And I can replace my jetpack with this, which is why the only reason I really wanted it. Because normally you can't ever really wear your chest plate because you want to have a jetpack, so you can jetpack away from stuff. And I never saw the defense of the chest plate as more of an advantage than the mobility of the jetpack. Luckily, the gravity chest plate combines them and has both basically jetpack function and the armor function of the quantum armor. So you can see in the top left up here, it shows my energy level, and of course it's at 2% because I need to actually let it just sit and charge. But if I press G, it'll say gravitation engine on, and that's when I double click and it'll like go into the creative mode flying essentially, and I'm already down to 1%. Anytime I have the gravitation engine on, it'll be sucking power regardless of whether I'm flying or not, so you really only want to have it on when you are actually flying. In case you're wondering why I'm running so fast, the quantum suit leggings like massively boost your sprint, so I'm like going like this, and it's very fast, but also really drains your hunger. Now the quantum helmet actually has a built-in function where it'll recharge your hunger. It'll also cure poison, help you breathe underwater, and provide light when it's like when you're in a cave, so you don't have to be like constantly putting out torches if you really don't want to. If you're only going there once and you're not planning on going back, you can just go by the light of your helmet. But you can see as I'm running around, the hunger bar is jittering, but it's automatically refilling itself. But this quantum helmet is taking a lot of charge. I don't know if I really like it because it uses more charge than it's worth. Like, I could just go pick carrots. Like, they're not that hard of a resource to get, honestly. I don't know if it justifies using all this charge just to refill, like, my hunger. I like the curing poison thing. That's nice because poison is, I think it's kind of overpowered as a effect, because it can just bring you down to half a heart, and there's nothing you really can do about it unless you have buckets and buckets of milk. But like, no one carries around, even if you are expecting, you're going to carry like 1 or 2 buckets of milk, but then like after that you're just, oh well, I guess I'm poisoned, there's nothing I can do about it. So that is a nice feature. Let's see how long this lasts. Probably not very long. Energy level 0%. I wonder if that's a bug. Oh, we still have, oh wow, that drains fast. Gravitation engine shut down. So yeah, I'm assuming that's a bug because I'm still flying. Infinite flight. I'm betting it doesn't really do that much protection. I wonder if I try to change levels if it'll stop. No, I can just fly around forever like I'm in creative, but I'm not, because you can see my experience and everything down here. So that seems like a bug. Which brings me to my next topic. That's weird, man. You can still go into it as well. Huh. Anyway, topic of bugs brings me to my next topic, which is updates. Feed the Beast is going to be updated soon. They have put together a Minecraft pack at the time of this recording, which is the morning of the 25th of Christmas. And they have announced an ultimate pack, but they haven't really announced what mods are going to be in the ultimate pack, nor when it is going to be released. I'm expecting a release probably today, Christmas, or like tomorrow, because they did say before the new year, I think they said at some point. And it's going to introduce a lot of new things, including Red Power 2, which is going to be cool because that'll do a lot of stuff with redstone. It'll do a lot of stuff with machines, make a lot of things easier to power. It gives oil an actual purpose in Feed the Beast, because right now oil is all but useless. I mean, you can make fuel for like actual fuel jetpacks, but no one uses fuel jetpacks because you can just get electric jetpacks for 2 glowstone, and you're like, okay, that's completely useless to have a fuel jetpack. But now in Red Power, you can get like fuel generators that you can power with oil to get EU, which is kind of nice. It gives it actual purpose. See other changes. All the things that basically Red Power offers, the really complex and compact logic gates for redstone. So like you have like AND gates, NOR gates, all in a 1-block repeater type thing. Block frames, or just frames that allow moving structures essentially, which is awesome because you can make airships that will actually move themselves, and you program them with computer craft and say every frame move this direction, and then you can have like a control pad where you hit buttons and it'll move different directions. I'm really looking forward to that because I kind of want to make an airship, honestly, and have it like rain down TNT if possible, because it'd be a bombing run thing. But I think that'd be cool. Basically everything that Red Power adds. There's also talk about having equivalent exchange, but not the super unbalanced equivalent exchange 2 that is currently, as far as I know, in Technic and Tekkit. They're going to do equivalent exchange 3, which adds a lot of nerfs to just being able to basically get infinite EMC and then just produce diamonds really quickly, and just basically you can get the top tier stuff in 8 hours. Just from alchemy and alchemy benches and everything, and condensers and whatnot. But I saw on the Feed the Beast subreddit that they had updated Equivalent Exchange 3 for 1.4.6, I think. I don't even know what version I'm on. This is 1.4.2, so I think 1.4.6 is going to be the version that it's going to be released in, the new ultimate quote-unquote pack. I don't know if I really want to do Equivalent Exchange. If there's going to be a way to disable, I might do that, because it sounds kind of half-implemented, because they're trying to take out so many unbalanced things that there's not really that much implemented, and there's a lot of just useless things lying around. Another thing, it's supposedly supposed to add a lot of the magic that is in the magic pack currently into just the game, like Thaumcraft, I think it's called, and then like Zycraft, which adds like a bunch of like energy crystals and shards and all these crazy glowing ores. I don't know how I feel about that either. I'm kind of leaning against it. I much prefer the machines, automation, and not just, I have magic, look at me do this magical stuff and just produce stuff out of nothing. I mean, obviously, like, solar panels produce the energy out of no cost or, like, maintenance or anything, but I feel like the magic is a little bit more, it just doesn't feel right to me. I know other people love the magic and they only play the magic packs, and I mean, more power to them. I've always been more the engineering, mechanical, and not just the pure up imagination. I want to do cool stuff. There's definitely that side of me in game sometime, but for the most part, I like to do things legitimately and with machines, and I view the machines more as time savers than like cheating. Whereas I feel like a lot of the magical stuff is cheating, and it kind of brings up an interesting thing about Mistcraft and the whole teleportation, like not having to spend, besides the 72 initial diamonds that you have to spend to make the linking book modifier thing, there's really no cost after that, and 72 diamonds is actually not that hard once you're established. So I don't know if I'm going to disable that. I probably won't for now, once we update. But we are going to be updating, and I was hoping it was actually going to be released by now, by Christmas, because I said to the people on the server that we were going to be updating it the day after Christmas, and that everybody gets 3 chests to bring with them whatever they want. I will manually copy everything over. Probably just spawning it in creative. I was hoping to use MC Edit, but there's so many block IDs that are changing, which is the main reason we have to update. There's been talk of converters being made to convert your old worlds into the new ultimate pack. But I think it'd be cooler if we all just bring 3 chests of stuff, machines, whatever. You can see people already started having stuff in there. So yeah, they already have some stuff in there. I have nothing. I don't think Matt has anything either. Nope. Yeah, so I have nothing. But we get to have 3 chests of whatever you want. All your essential stuff, essentially. You're going to bring with you, and then we're just going to make our new start there. And get brand new terrain generation. All our houses will be lost, which is why I have kind of stopped. I actually did do a lot before I really found out, quote unquote, even though I'm the one that announced it to everyone. But before I learned how necessary the update was going to be, because there was some talk about, okay, we might have to restart, but there might be a workaround. You might just have to go to new chunks to get the new stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can just go out into new chunks and get new ores and whatnot. But then they said that they're changing a lot of block IDs, and a lot of mods are going to start conflicting with each other if you don't update, and like basically your machines could turn into like lava when you come back in an updated world, and that wouldn't be good. So we're going to do the bring 3 chests of whatever you want. Could be 3 chests of cobble. I don't care. I'll spawn in 3 chests of cobble for someone if that's what they really want to bring. So I'm going to bring, obviously, all my machines, my armor, these things, solar panels, my UU matter factory, link modifier, as much, I've been, why did that not give me 3 stacks? That's what I want. Been centrifuging glowstone into redstone because I need 45 stacks of redstone to make it's something like 18 stacks of ruby dust to make tons and tons of chrome for lightning rods, which I've heard are a really good source of power. If you get a Mistcraft world with Eternal Storm, you can get just a few lightning rods and it'll provide massive amounts of power. And then I can take those 8 hybrid, and if you take 8 of them, you put them around Advanced Circuit, you can get the Ultimate Hybrid. And then with the Ultimate Hybrid, that's a weird glitch. Okay. Anyways, you can take that Ultimate Hybrid and put it with your Quantum Helmet, and you'll get an Ultimate Solar Helmet. And that thing is really cool because it is using, because I'm hungry, I'm guessing. It's not dark or anything, so it's not doing that. But the Ultimate Hybrid will charge all your armor, anything in your inventory, so Nano Saber, Mining Laser, everything, at an astoundingly high rate, because it's the Ultimate Hybrid. It's like 512 EU per tick, and 64 in the dark. So even if you're like down caving, you still can get unlimited power, essentially, to your Mining Laser, and you just never have to stop. Even better than my Charge Anywhere thing. But I'll probably get the Ultimate Hybrid Solar Helmet and then get lightning rods to power my UU matter factory. But I probably won't do that until the new world. But basically I've been just centrifuging away glowstone so I can get that chrome for the lightning rod, because it requires a lot of it, and I hate how stupid. Why did I do that? Lightning. GregTech it's nice, but it's kind of stupidly impossible in some senses. So to get it, you need 4 highly advanced machine blocks. To get that, you need 4 chrome each. So that's only 16 chrome, right? So you're thinking that's not that big of a deal. How do you get 16 chrome? Well, in order to get 16 chrome, you need to centrifuge 9 ruby dust. So 9 times 16 is whatever that is. And to get ruby dust, the only way to get ruby dust is either to crush rubies, which I don't really have that many of, or you have to centrifuge an entire stack of redstone to get 4 ruby dust. And so I calculated out, and you need about 45 stacks of redstone. But I am making my way there. Look at that, 38. So I need 7 more stacks. For each stack of glowstone, you get half a stack of redstone. So you needed 90 stacks of glowstone, and luckily my factory world had, can I still fly? Nope, can't fly anymore. Probably because I slept or whatever. But it has glowstone crystals naturally generating, and you see where I mined them out, so they're not there anymore. But that's how I got my 90 stacks of glowstone. Let's see, other things I wanted to talk about. So I'm probably not going to put out another video until I'm on the new server. There doesn't really seem to be a point. Most of it's just going to be packing up, getting what last resources I can. I made my quantum armor, so I really can't make any more armor. I'm not really going to make any more machines. Maybe besides the exception, if I get enough stuff, I'll make the lightning rod. That's what I was trying to say. And I trapped myself in here because I don't have any charge in my jetpack quantum thing. Grabby plate? Yeah, grabby chest plate. I also have no use for this electric jetpack now. I guess I can give it as a Christmas present to someone. But yes, I'm not going to be releasing any more videos until that. It probably won't be that actually long of a delay in terms of when you guys are seeing it, because if this video is being recorded on the 25th, and it's going up whenever you're watching it, or whenever it says it's been released. There's probably not going to be that big of a difference between this episode and then whatever my first episode on the new server is, because I have been uploading the first few episodes of Feed the Beast that I recorded today. It's probably like I'm going to be horribly off once I actually go back and do it. This will probably be like the 10th or so episode, somewhere in there, possibly. Maybe it's like 30 and maybe it's like 5. Actually, that's probably not true because I already have 4 guaranteed, plus a prank video, which you guys have all seen if you're seeing this one, I'm assuming, because I'm going to upload them in chronological order. I've put the first 4 to like private though, so I haven't actually released them. I've uploaded them and gotten them off my computer. And that's another reason why I hadn't recorded in between the last episode and this episode, because I ran out of hard drive space and I hadn't really started editing, but I had like just tons and tons of clips from Feed the Beast that I hadn't edited yet, so that's what made me stop recording and actually start editing them. But I kind of kept playing, not doing really anything exciting besides make stuff, put stuff in chests, make more stuff. Okay. So yeah, that's the other excuse I have for not putting out episodes. I'm gonna stop running around. I don't know why I do that. I'm like a 5-year-old ADHD kid. I realize this as I'm watching back my videos. I just run around and jump for no reason as I'm talking. I was doing it this entire episode. You guys are super sick of just watching me run around and not accomplish anything. I don't know how other commentators do it, but they find something to do while they're talking, but I like to do all the intensive stuff like off camera, because a lot of times it's just super boring. Like if you guys had watched me just make those gravitation engines, you guys would have been bored to death, unless I had something actually to talk about, which I guess I could have talked about this, but I would have been a lot more distracted and not been able to focus on either one. So I have to work on that. But I think I'm going to call it the episode here. I hope you guys all had a good Christmas. It's probably going to be like a month from now when I actually get around to releasing this. So I hope you guys had a good Christmas a month ago. Happy Valentine's Day? No, I was going to say Happy New Year's, but then it's also not going to be uploaded by then. So I hope the new year is going well. Hope the apocalypse hasn't happened yet. If you are seeing this video, the apocalypse hasn't happened yet. Congratulations. So thank you for watching. I'm doing it again. I just start smacking myself every time I just run around in circles, doing nothing besides wasting energy. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my mindless 1 a.m. rant, random topic talks. And I will see you on the new server. Have a good day, and adios.